Welcome everybody to a very special edition of Aephia Station in honor of course, Aephia's first anniversary. This is our third episode after nearly a year-long hiatus, and today will be all about our favorite community manager, Santi. So without further ado, welcome to the show everybody, and especially Santi. How are you doing, mate?
Thank you, my friend. It's a pleasure to be here celebrating Aephia's one year anniversary. It's crazy that it has been already 1 year, man. It's crazy.
It is, and as you might remember, for those who have been here with us very early, we actually did an interview with you, the very first interview, if I'm not mistaken, also a year ago. I mean, minus a few days, and that was a blast. And I'm very happy that we can do now a sequel exactly a year later.
Yeah, I remember that. I really remember that. It was also it was my first interview with the Star Atlas Guild, so I remember that as well. And yeah, man, it's an honor that you're inviting me to celebrate the 1 year for Aephia.
Yeah, the honor is completely ours. I can remember we were talking about Sega and Nintendo systems. We won't go into that today, but yeah, no, awesome that you're here. Prom, how are you doing, mate?
Good, thanks. And Santi, thank you. Very happy to have you here. And yeah,
let's dive right in.
Let's dive right in. So Santi, how have you been the last year? How has the community evolved, and what events stood out the most to you?
Oh wow, that's a good
just
question.
Starting with a bang.
Yeah, man. Like the last year in the community was pretty wild, I would say. Lots of it felt like a roller coaster in some ways, but I think it was great overall. Great year. It's a good moment for Aephia as well to be celebrating 1 year, because we are really close to all the releases. So it's kind of like you will have to party, you know. So hope you are ready. But yeah, this past year has been awesome. What I think that the biggest thing that I take from this past year is that we actually have people who are here for the long term, and people who really understand the vision and what we're trying to do. And even if we were in a bear market with no releases, people like you guys were still here. So that truly means a lot, and I really feel that it is one of the things, if not the one thing, that makes Star Atlas different.
Yeah, I completely understand, and thanks for saying that. And I agree. I mean, with the bear market, we of course, we've of course lost some people, or some people went into hibernation mode, or we have to definitely rekindle them. But I think the upcoming event should really contribute to that. So, as a follow-up, what moment the past? I don't want to say past year, because right, you've been with the team for actually more than a year, more like almost 1.5 by now. So during the last 1.5 years, what moment will you still vividly remember 10 years from now?
Wow,
these are hard questions. You can take some time to briefly think about it, but
no, I love the questions. I love the questions. Actually, I think a few moments, like everything in Star Atlas was wild. When we started launching stuff, it was wild. Like, it was awesome. I will forever remember the first River poster. We had nothing. We had nothing. Star Atlas only was a white paper and a web page when I started working. And we developed the marketplace, which I think it was the very first like functional NFT marketplace in Solana. And when we launched the posters and they actually started selling, because before that we didn't know if we had a thing here. We didn't know. It was like I told you, only with the website and the white paper. We didn't know. And once we started doing some marketing and started getting the word out there, and the posters actually started to sell, we were like, okay, we might have something here, you know? Like, I think people are really understanding this. And well, then we had the IDO, the first Galactic asset offering, and it started to get bigger and bigger, you know. But I think the first river poster sale was a moment that I will not forget, mainly because I was putting like only 3-4 hours of sleep at that time, because I was the only one doing support as well in the chat, and I
yeah.
remember like having to deal with the support of the very first launch of a new company, being the only guy in support. It was it was intense. If you were there, you might remember. But big shout out to Suhel. Suhel was there, I remember. So Suhel helped a lot, and that's when he became a mod. So shout out to Suhel. And yeah, I think that the first river poster sale is something that I will never forget, especially because we were only a few, you know. Right now we are 200 people, and you get a lot of help, and launching something like that and making money out of something like that with just, I think we were 20, 25, was awesome.
Yeah, I can still remember the first poster, of course, right? The first NFT with also sound and augmented reality, which was something that at least I have not seen before, and actually also not after. I have to say, in the NFT landscape. So that was also right a pretty impressive feat and a pretty cool thing to launch up front while we were, of course, waiting for development. So were you like looking at the counter every 5 minutes to see how many were sold, or at the very least for the kickoff?
Yeah, we had an API with that sent the sales in real time to the Discord, team Discord, and we were checking that. Yeah.
Cool, man.
It's interesting that it's actually very overlapping with what I would answer to this question about Santi, because immediately an image comes to mind. It was, I think, on Twitter, shared with like a tsunami wave of poster buyers, and Santi being the only person on the beach meeting.
I can remember that one.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yes. So yeah, that's how I see Santi.
Cool.
Insta Atlas community. But to be fair, there were other people helping, including Fanta and myself, and Suhail, of course, and Diego, and many others who were helping to newcomers. So it's great.
Yeah, of course. If it wasn't for you guys, I will be probably, I don't know,
in the asylum.
mental.
Well, it's good that it didn't come to pass, that you're still here.
Yes,
with us, right?
yes, we're happy that you're sane still.
Yeah, I try.
So switching gears a little bit. So with the growth of the team over the past year and more people having been added to your department, how has your role changed? And are you happy with those changes, or do you look back at those early days with some nostalgia?
Yeah, I'm really happy on how the role changed, and it changed a lot, actually. So I was able to get, I think, to show what I can do during the I wouldn't say tough times, but important times. So I think that made the team like trust me, and they started giving me more resources. So right now we are like building community as a whole department now, and I hired Dom, for example. We have an 8 strong moderator team, and so basically my role had to scale together with the Star Atlas community. So that's literally what happened, and yeah, I couldn't be more happy with the team that we have right now in the community. It's awesome.
That's great.
I can imagine.
So is this now like, are you more overseeing this? So you said 8 mods now. Is this across Discord and Telegram? And is your role now more in overseeing all of them, or still being just the first among them?
Yeah, so yeah, my role is more like overseeing them and checking how everything's going, basically trying to coordinate everything. More like Yeah, more like seeing what's going on. But I also like to dive in the weeds. You know, I like to be there. I like to be in the community. I like to even sometimes help with support. I don't do that often right now, but I like to be there. I like to be there. If you're not there, it's you probably are going to do something wrong. You know, you need to know what's going on.
Yes, absolutely.
Understand. Yeah, thinking. I think the follow-up question is more or less well. So on the topic of the teams, the full teams expansion. Can you share with us how that development of the team went over the past year from your perspective? Was that a super smooth process? Was that with lots of learnings along the way, or small crises along the way, or anything you can share on that or want to share on that?
So of course it was. It wasn't, you know, something simple to do. It's not something simple to do. To scale in less than 1 year from 25 people to 200. Of course, it's not easy, and there are a lot of processes and things that need to be in place, and that when you are scaling at a super fast pace, you actually need to build them as you go, you know, as you find them. That's something. Now we have super like capable people and super intelligent people who are helping us to put the processes in place and to start organizing ourselves more like a huge company as we are, you know. And it's been, we had, of course, it wasn't everything easy to do. Again, it's a lot of people that you need to meet, a lot of people that you need to have chemistry with to work together, because it is like that. We work together across all departments as well. Of course, there are people who you meet more and people who you see less, but overall, I think it's a good experience. We still have a lot of room to improve, that's for sure. But I was able to meet a lot of super interesting people, and I feel very honored to be able to work together with them, because it's pretty crazy. We have some really talented people in the team.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And of course, you've also recruited a lot of people from the community. Do you think that brings something special? Did that work out well so far, or are these people they are enthusiastic, but it's not so easy to work with them, perhaps? Or
so yeah, I think it's in my opinion, it's beneficial to hire from the community. I for my team, at least, everybody came from the community. Of course, I'm the community team, you know. Yeah. But every single hire from me came from community and people who were active in there, and also in the team as well. It happened a lot that when a new team member joins, I search in the Discord their username, and I see, and probably they have like interaction with us, you know, with one of our moderators or community members.
Yeah.
which is crazy. And most of like a lot of team members who come to the team and join, they already know me, and it's pretty crazy, because if you listen to a town hall or something, or you're in the community, you probably know me, and it's crazy. But I think it's beneficial to have from the community, because in my opinion, passion is a game changer, and understanding what you do and the possibilities that exist and how big it is, it's something that you can't buy, you know. And for a person who comes from Web 2 or other like more classic environment, it's a learning curve for them. It's a learning curve to understand, especially if you need to understand also what Web 3 is, and what Star Atlas is, and how big it can be, you know. It's a huge learning curve for someone, but we had, again, super talented people we have who come from Web 2 and adapted really fast to Web 3 and what we are doing at Star Atlas. But also from community, I don't know, like one highlight of someone that I work together a lot is Jose. Jose, when he joined the team, I was, Nud Jose. He was really active in the community. He was writing before. So when he joined the team, actually, it feels like I have been working together with Jose for a lifetime. It literally feels like that. And I don't even know how many months he has been working, but it feels like 5 years, you know. It feels like we known each other
beautiful, mate.
for a long time. Yeah. Big shout out to Jose. He's
Definitely
great. To everyone, actually, but Jose is a specific case of someone who came from the community.
It's also clear, and I agree completely. Passion is key, right? That I don't want to say it trumps everything else, but that this, definitely a big thing to recruit people based on passion.
Yeah.
Cool. So, on that topic, basically, there is yes, absolutely, there is a benefit from hiring from community for the passion reason, but also there is this issue kind of that in such case the most passionate people become team members, and so community becomes less passionate as a result because you're taking away the most passionate people from the community. So what do you think about such effect?
Yeah, so it's something that I joke about with the team. We joke about that because it's something true, you know. A lot of people were adding like huge value to the community, creating tools and doing stuff for the community, and we ended up like hiring them. And I'm like, hey, you're taking my guys, you know. It's just, of course, we are just joking, and there's always new people, and there's already a lot of talented people in the community. So I'm always in favor of even presenting community members who want to work and sending them to our HR team and everything. So I'm always down for that. And I think, if you can actually add a lot more value working inside, that makes sense, you know? So,
but to maintain the balance, of course, Prom, that's why you and I are still here, right? On this side.
Yes.
Yes.
Some people just have to be on this side. So, Santi, you were talking about seeing people, meeting people, but we actually know that you worked remotely for this year and a half, but somewhat recently took a trip to Miami to meet team members. So, can you talk about your first real life meeting, and did you have some manly hugs and tears there?
Yeah, there were, of course. We have been working together for a long time, especially with here in Miami. I met Michael and I met Pablo, and of course other team members as well. But when I first saw Pablo, he went to pick me up to the airport. So
cool.
Yeah, very, very, very cool. And when I saw him, it was like all hugs, and I was trying to hold my tears, you know. I tried
emotional
to hold my
moment,
tears. It was super emotional. I have been working together with him. He actually was the person who hired me, so I have a lot of appreciation for Pablo, you know, and for everyone, but for Pablo especially. Like it's something special. And yeah, man, it was an awesome moment, and moment I will not forget. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So are you working still remotely, or are you working now in some centralized location?
Still remotely. I rented my place here, and I just meet the guys in the weekends.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because
I'm working all day. I'm working all day.
Clearly, no, I was thinking perhaps there is a small like office or something that they rent to be able to perhaps work face to face together, and perhaps you are able to just take a chair and also do your work from there. But that's not really a thing then, apparently, or.
No, I'm not sure. I think I heard about some plans, but I'm not sure. Right now, it's everything remote, and we just meet when we can. But yeah, so far I have been working from my home here as well in Miami. and I also didn't move here like permanently. I'm just here for a few months. So we are still remote. I'm in my place, they are in their places, and that's how we do it.
You meet the weekends, cool.
How does living in Miami compare with Argentina?
Oh man, it's huge. The difference is huge, man. Yeah, like you can already feel the difference in the first very steps that you take here. You know, in the airport and everything. It's a lot more organized. People, you see people in the streets. People are happier, and you can see it in their faces. Argentina is going through some very hard times right now. We had the other day, last Friday, we had 13% of inflation in one day in Argentina.
In one day?
So wow. in one day, yeah. The US dollar went from 200 pesos to 300 and something right now in Crazy. 7 days.
Wow.
And so it's the situation in Argentina. It's super tough. And you can actually see it and feel it in the people in the street when you talk to someone, when you go to the grocery shop. Here in Miami, people are happier. People like, it's the combination between work and enjoying life, you know, here in Miami. In Argentina, it's just people are more like working to try to eat, to reach the end of the end of the month with food on the tables. It's super different. I'm lucky that I never experienced something like that, but I know people who did. And
of course, yeah.
And yeah, it's the differences are huge. You can feel it like in 1 minute. You can already feel it. But yeah. I mean, hopefully Argentina will be fixed soon. I don't think so, but at the moment I'm trying to enjoy Miami here. I will go back to Argentina, and I love Argentina, man. Like, it's awesome. Buenos Aires is one of the most beautiful cities in the world. But yeah, hopefully everything gets fixed soon, because it's really different life here from Argentina. You can also something like more in depth here. You can actually plan for the future. You can start a business, and you can make money out of small businesses and stuff that you actually like to do. In Argentina, it's more like you can't even plan, because prices change all day. So it's super difficult for entrepreneurs and everything to make it, you know. If you make it in Argentina and you come to the US, you will have a lot of fun. Here you will be making tons of money, you know. If you manage to run a successful business in Argentina.
I understand. So I'm not sure if it's a too personal question, and so don't answer if it is, but would you contemplate perhaps moving more permanently to Miami at some point? Or is that also perhaps why you're there scouting and seeing if that will work? Or is that not really on the table as far as you're concerned?
So, yeah, I like Miami. I came to Miami just right now, like as more like a tourist, you know. I will be here just for like 3 months. It's what the visa allows. And I'm just checking the place, you know. So far, I'm loving it. So maybe, yeah, probably like think about it, you know, and see if there's a possibility. Because yeah, it's a different life here, man. It's super different here. You work and enjoy, and everything is set for you to live well. I don't think that something that I see, not sure if here in Miami specifically, but some people in the US don't really appreciate what they have here.
Yeah.
This is one of the best countries in the world, and it's awesome, you know. It's an awesome place. Of course, it has the disadvantages, but coming from Argentina, this is another life. It's another life.
No, I think that goes for the whole West on average. Let's say that people just don't understand how good they have it, of course. But for you, it's pretty clear coming from a environment where things are not going so well. So But
Yeah.
that's sometimes easy to forget if you live in the West. It's sometimes
Yeah,
right, different country somewhere else, yes, but yeah, that's a common thing, I think.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I would just a message for the people in the first world: just appreciate what you have, because in other places it's very tough to make it, to even to have food in your table. So yeah, it's just a reminder: appreciate your country if you're in the first world. And if you are not as well, I love Argentina as well.
If you not get there, no, yeah.
No. Try to fix your country.
Yeah, that's better. No, I appreciate it, man. So onto some lighter topics, and also not to make this go on too long. I know, I'm not even sure if we asked you the question once actually, but I know there's been talk about your favorite ship months ago in the Star Atlas portfolio of ships. And I know you answered the question. I actually forgot what your answer was, but I am curious if just on a lighter note, did it change? Do you now have a new favorite ship, or right? Completely different topic, but just to make things a bit lighter.
Yeah, I don't even remember what I answered, because of course, depending on when it was the interview, there were ships that weren't there in the market yet. So right now, I would say like probably my favorite ship is the 245, and just because of the style. I love the colors. I love that the combination of rocks and the light blue in the. I think it's a very clean ship, and it's made. I think I will have some fun when I will go bounty hunting. I think I will have some fun playing with Tufas and hiding out there and
being an asteroid field and then suddenly coming to life.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be fun. So yeah, it's my favorite ship right now. It's the 245, but I also hold other ships. But the 245 is my favorite.
Cool, thanks.
Okay, looking to see you in the asteroid field. Now, we know that there were announcements of different events coming up. So there was something called Star Atlas Summer and 4 to 6 live event. So how much are you looking forward to those? And can you tell us a little bit more about them?
So yeah, I mean, Star Atlas Summer is like the bigger picture, it's like the summer as a whole, and 4 to 6 live is one event of the Star Atlas Summer. And yeah, I'm really looking forward. I'm really looking forward to those. I think in the same way as you, we have been waiting for a few months, and things are finally happening. So it's gonna be a relief in some way, but it's also gonna be more responsibilities as well for the community team and for my team. And probably, we're already planning ahead of that, but I'm really happy that they are happening. I'm really looking forward, and I think the community needs it right now. It's community needs the releases a lot. So I'm glad it's finally happening.
After the drought of the last 6 months, after score, let's say. So yeah, I agree with that.
So, some may even say that we have been waiting for them 4 to 6 weeks.
So if you don't mind, I'm curious. So we indeed the Star Atlas Summer, of course, the whole summer, and we know that there's the 4 to 6 event, and there's actually stuff going to be released over the next, I don't know, it's now 2 weeks, or perhaps a little bit after, but let's see. And there's more stuff coming in October after the summer, actually. But is this 4 to 6 live event? I mean, Michael mentioned there will be several events this summer. And is the 4 to 6 live like a one-off? I mean, I think you mentioned just now that it is a one-off event, or will it be like several events, perhaps with different names then coming up? I mean, I don't want you to, of course, I know you cannot share any alpha, whatever. I don't want to poke you for that, but I'm just curious, will there be multiple events with different names at different times during the summer, or is this the event for the summer and then the next one will be in autumn?
So
what can you say about that?
We'll have more more events. That's a yes. And but 4 to 6 is it's going to be like the first, and it has some really interesting releases. So I won't comment more. I wish I could. I wish I could. I feel the community. I feel what they say. I know that maybe from a community perspective, everybody would like to know like what, when, at what time, and it's completely understandable.
Always, of course.
I completely understand it, and yeah, I get it, but yeah, I'll not comment any further on the events. But 4 to 6 is one, and there will be more.
Cool. I understand, mate. I understand.
So, okay. So taking off events of the table is not ideal. Let's see. Our expectation, my personal expectations are that we'll see Polis Locker and Marketplace during 4 to 6 live, and probably pre-alpha of showroom maybe a couple of weeks later. So we'll see if my expectations are close to what we'll actually see. I know that Santi knows the answer, but unfortunately cannot even wink. Okay, so you have a very ambitious project here, and as usual with such projects is that there are many development stages because project is big, complicated, and so it's split out in smaller development stages. And this results in sort of a wave-like behavior where when you have excitement waves when some stuff coming out, and then when there is a drought of stuff because people are actually working and developing stuff, then there are sometimes fathers who come out and speak against the project. So how do you personally deal with them?
With the fathers?
Fathers, yes.
So we see fathers as passionate people as well. We think you need to, it's very important, and it's literally on the words and how to express themselves, where you can see like from which side they come, if they're just podding because they are trolling, or if they are actually like concerned and worried because they care. That's two very different types of father, and sometimes people consider fathers people who are very passionate and want the project to be perfect, So maybe like you can probably tolerate that from community members who have been for a long time, but maybe there's people who have been just watching and they start voting because they take it too personally, they take it too personally. It becomes something that they are very passionate about and they want to see succeed. So we treat fathers, we try to be, I don't think there's a community where people are as patient as we are with fathers. We go for the patience route every single time. If you see it in the community, we don't ban fathers right away. We have a policy where you need to, we try to explain to them, like, you have questions, we have answers. That's the real thing, And if we don't have the answer right on, like when you're asking it, we will go and find it with the team. We'll go and ask team members. Like, we feel like there's no question we can't answer. We are super transparent on what we're doing. So there's no need to ban and to get these people to shut up, But it's better to tell them, you have questions, just ask them, we will answer them. Like, we understand that you're concerned, and we understand that you're probably very passionate about it, and you want it in the bottom. You probably want Star Atlas to succeed and to be part of it. So we don't, of course, we don't tell them that, but we know it. And we have actually converted a lot of fathers into like very active community members. I think that probably the best example is Signal. from dark. That's not sure if you guys know the story, but it's a very interesting one. Yeah, it's he was the biggest Reddit fodder. He was the biggest Reddit fodder. He was fodding all day. He even organized a campaign for Star Citizens players to raid the Star Atlas Reddit and to just FUD, simple FUD, you know. Mm-hmm. And we knew that he was doing that because he actually was passionate about it, and so we were super patient. Probably Dom is the best person to tell the story because he was the one in the team like dealing with him. But yeah, if you see it right now, Signal is probably one of the most active people in the Discord server. If you go to the Discord, he's there. I'm sure. So we are patient with fathers, and we have no issue on answering questions. It's important to identify if a father is a troll or if a father is just concerned about it, you know, and has questions.
So did you personally evolve in how you emotionally respond and also perhaps think about fathers now compared to when you started? Because I mean, did you ever lay awake at night perhaps early on and now not so much anymore? Or is there any process you went through or not, or was it all clear from the very beginning to you was affecting you so much? Or if you want to comment on that.
It's kind of as well like different strategies that you implement within the community and how you manage it, you know. It's different strategies and you see what works and what doesn't work. But personally, yeah, like probably at first I was taking it super personal and then like, hey, you know, we have a team, there's people working, because when you actually see that and you see that the other people that work together with you are putting 14-hour days of work, you know, and doing that every day and literally giving their lives for Star Atlas. They don't spend time with their families. They don't. There's a lot of things that they are sacrificing for Star Atlas to be successful. And when someone just comes and say, "Hey, this is a scam," it's difficult to not take it personally. You know, it's difficult to not take to a personal level.
I completely imagine that.
Yeah, but you end up understanding that what I'd said before, and yeah, it was also a personal evolution to not take things too personal as well.
Yeah, cool.
So I remember one example of such FUD that made rounds. It was made by a gamer streamer on YouTube who was basically claiming that he did significant research in the project and all he saw was concept art and nothing else, and this is the biggest scam in history ever. So since you see much more than the community actually sees, because you have access to the team's Discord, you see all the work being going on. What can you say now after some time to that? Do you still see just concept art, or do you see more stuff going on?
No, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. There's a lot, and there's a lot of planning and also like already for next year, you know. And
cool.
It's yeah, again, like the evolution of Star Atlas was very fast, and we have a lot of people right now, and you actually see them in meetings all day. And I think like the narrative will change when we start developing, when we start launching the products. I think gamers are just, again, they are passionate and they are sensitive as well, because we know that there are people who have been waiting in other games, web 2 games, you know, classic gaming that having years in development, and when they see something like Star Atlas, which is super ambitious and will probably take some years, they fear that people will go and will experience what they experienced in the past, which is just waiting for a game that is still not released, you know, fully released. So I get that. I completely get that. And I get that, again, they are also feeling like super from a personal level. But from the Star Atlas side, I think we will be able to change that and prove ourselves once we start launching products. The development is there, things are going to happen, and I just trust the team, you know, on this one. And in every single aspect, I trust the team. But yeah, I think it's something that will change when we start developing more products, and probably with the showroom, for example, more gamers will understand that even if there are NFTs, because they associate NFTs with Ponzi schemes and games that work for 1 month and they crash. And I don't judge them, because there are a lot of projects. I would say 99% of the projects out there are doing something like that in NFT gaming, and there are probably a few game changers. I'm not saying Star Atlas is the only one. There are a lot of very interesting projects out there, you know. But once we start having like UE5 and probably as well Scream, gamers will understand that this is a game, and it's going to be a game changer for them as well. They will be able to monetize their time spent, and yeah, there's still like a gap there to fill in terms of education, but we understand as well that now, like, probably all of the efforts will probably be lost in some way, because you don't have the game yet to be able to target gamers and explain to them what is this, you know. So
yeah,
I think it's going to change, and probably I can go as far as saying that I believe that probably the next bull run in crypto will be triggered by the first releases on AAA quality games in blockchain. You still don't see something like that. Yeah, I think we all believe that if we are here, you know.
Yeah, I was curious to hear more about. So there was Atlassian Air event that I'm sure you remember about.
Oh yeah.
It had a very interesting prize of being able to see Teams Discord that I was fortunate to win and see, but unfortunately was not able to tell my team members, even including Funcracker, who was very curious about that. What was actually going on, what is actually going on behind the scenes. And I probably still cannot talk about that much, but yeah, I saw a lot of work. That is very interesting. And that's why I was asking you if you can share a little bit more about that.
Oh yeah, no, we can probably do that as well. Like, and we try to do that in the different events that we have, especially in the town halls. One of the main focus of the town halls is to get closer to the community, and for the community to feel like they are part of the development. That's what we try to achieve, because you are, and the team actually listens to what the community says, and even the highest ranks of the company, like Michael is all day reading what happens in the community, and a lot of changes happen because of things that the community said and feedback we received. That's a reality. That's a reality.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we can do more like prices on getting access behind the scenes and stuff like that. That's a good call. I forgot that we gave out those prices, and they probably mean a lot for passionate members like you, you know. So
yes.
we can probably do that.
It was highlight of the year for me, really.
Oh wow. Yeah.
It was amazing. Because
so what you saw, you probably multiply it by 10. What you saw, you know.
Okay.
Or by 20. There's a lot more stuff.
Okay.
Can imagine. I know we're taking up a lot of your time, so let's just jump to the last question, because you have more to do as well.
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm enjoying it. Don't worry about the time.
Okay, yeah, I have to. I enjoy this a lot as well. We can go on for the rest of the day, but so just to check, just to also wrap things up. So, which event are you looking forward to the most? And you can keep it vague if not announced, and it can be this year or next year or even several years from now. I mean, just what is on your horizon? And I understand, of course, right, short term, 4 to 6, and perhaps releases, but and perhaps that is the answer, that could very well be. But is there anything just on the horizon that you are really looking forward to, like, okay, that is going to be pretty cool? And if you can name it, that would be even better. Yeah, just curious.
So I think there are a bunch of things are super valuable coming in Star Atlas, short and mid-term, you know, not long-term like 5 years from now, but to focus on stuff that we see. I think the showroom is going to be a game changer. Probably it's not going to be like a huge feature because it's not like a gameplay loop or anything like that. It's just you watching, you enjoying the quality of what you see basically, and how the game is going to be. That's mostly
the size of your ships.
Yeah, at least in version 0, you know, the first release. But I think showroom is going to be a game changer in some aspects, mainly because it will make Star Atlas be seen by mainstream as a more legit company, to say it some way.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, so I feel that, especially in gaming, you know, I see a lot of communities who are putting their eyes on Star Atlas and checking, but not really diving into it. You know, like gaming communities from similar games who are really watching what we are doing every day, and speaking about us every day as well. And I think the showroom is like a thing that they will see and they will say, so these guys are actually developing a game.
It can be the catalyst. Yeah.
I think that's probably the showroom, but I'm also looking forward a lot to Scream, mainly because it's going to be the real gameplay loop and something where you can spend a lot of time, and where also the Star Atlas economy will start to work and to test, to really stress test, you know, the Star Atlas economy and everything. So I think Scream is going to be much bigger than what people think it is, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to Scream.
So as a follow-up, you called showroom game. So is there going to be some gaming loop in showroom?
So there will be cool things in the showroom. There will be cool things in the showroom, but it's again, it's mostly for people to like I said, to experience Unreal Engine 5 and the quality of what the game is going to be. But it's going to from a community standpoint, you know, and what I see it's going to make other communities see us as, okay, they have something AAA here that they are really developing, because you probably know what we are doing because you are here every day and you're checking the news and everything, but people don't do that. Like, most of the people don't do that. That's only our core community, like you guys and the other guilds who follow everything. But other people just don't follow everything, and they need to see results before they engage. So I think the showroom is going to be a good catalyst in terms of that, and in terms of making people really invest their times and efforts into Star Atlas, mainly because they will see that we are actually developing, you know.
Yeah, no, I think that's a very important thing that the showroom will bring, right? To actually see that the team is developing stuff and work is being done on a Unreal Engine 5 game. So I agree with you there.
Yeah.
Cool. So is there anything else you would like to share to just wrap things up with the community or with us, or?
I just want to congratulate you guys on the 1-year anniversary, and
thank you.
And thank you again for inviting me. It's really a honor to be here. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to see a lot more things from Aephia. I think you guys are doing a great job. So yeah, I'm just enjoying the moment and watching how everything develops. And really, it's insane for me to see guilds like Aephia doing stuff, because yeah, I'm here for a long time, and I remember when in the Discord there was like not even a chance to start conversations, and it was kind of frustrating at first, you know, mainly because there were no people. There were 500 people, and now seeing the value people are adding right now, speaking especially about Aephia, I'm checking everything you guys do. I'm every single guild I try. It's impossible now to follow everything, you know, but it's crazy, it's wild. And again, me and the team, we really value everything you guys do, and we think that the guilds are the game changers here, and that's why we want to be as close as we can with you guys, because it's awesome. It's awesome to see. I'm just mind blown every day.
Well, thanks very much for all the kind words, mate. Absolutely an honor for us to have you on here. And of course, I'm very curious to see if we can keep this doing year by year, or that at some point you are such a VIP that you just don't have time.
Nah, man. Nah, that's not going to happen.
Okay, cool.
Nah,
cool.
Nah. I'll be here, man. I'll be here. Yeah,
right,
I'm open
mate.
to do this. This is I receive invitations like for interviews a lot, and I actually need to reject them, because I just right now it's insane how much hours it takes
Yeah.
for Star Atlas to work in Star Atlas and everything. But yeah, since it's a Sunday, I can take some minutes and enjoy. Especially, it's a very special moment for you guys, and I'm really honored again that you invited me. So yeah, it's my pleasure to be here.
Again, the honor is all ours as well, and thank you very much for showing up on your Sunday, which of course is your day off. And I want to thank everybody who tuned in to this special episode of Aephia Station. Thanks Santi once more. Thanks for your time. We wish you a very nice continuation of your Sunday, and let's absolutely do this again in the future, because we know you need your time to actually make sure Star Atlas becomes the success we all want it to be. Much appreciative of your time and everything you're doing for the community, of course. So yeah, I would say take care, everybody.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead, Prometheus.
Thank you so much, Santi. It's a real pleasure to have you here, and I'm sure we'll have the same kind of interview in a year's time when it's 2 years anniversary of Aephia, and hopefully we can talk about much more exciting.
Yeah.
Alpha that you are still not going to share.
Yeah, I love
of
this
course,
chat,
man.
mate.
We will do it. We will do it in 1 year. I don't plan to go anywhere. I know we did a small joke on April Fools, but I don't plan to go anywhere. I plan to stay here. I plan to build this community. I plan to invest my time and efforts. I breathe Star Atlas right now, and I'm loving it. Since I started working at Star Atlas, there's no day that I felt like not waking up and staying in my bed, you know. Star Atlas is what keeps me alive right now. So I don't plan to go anywhere. I'm passionate about this, and yeah, I'm just enjoying the moment, guys.
Cool,
thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. So once more, bye everybody, and thank you for checking this out.
And power to the people.
Stick it to the man.
Stick it to the man, yes.